to the channel. So Ozzy Osbourne, another artist that I haven't featured a ton on the channel so far. I think there's only been a couple of Ozzy songs and maybe one Black Sabbath song so far. So a big song of Ozzy's is Crazy Train. Now, before I get into it, I'll preface this with when I first started trying to play drums with this method, it was before I really started expanding on kind of the song library that I had available to play along to. But in the limited songs that I did have available, this was one of them. So I do remember very early on trying this song and wishing I hadn't, because it was almost enough to deter me from pursuing anything. It just was absolutely brutal and really was not fun in the fact that, at times when you're kind of getting in over your head, it doesn't feel good, right? So it was not fun in that regard, but now that I have a little bit more, I guess, experience under my belt, I want to give it a shot because I know it's not going to be even close to perfect. It's not going to be pretty, but it's one of those songs. It's just an iconic song in the metal genre, and I feel like it's one of those songs that needs to be on the channel, and now is better than never. So I guess timing wise, any time is a good time at this point, so why not right now? So here we go. This will be my attempt, and hopefully success, or at least close to a success, at doing Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train. Enjoy. not fantastic, but not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to go. So I guess that kind of reaffirms for me at least. Maybe not so much for the listening side of it. I'll have to maybe reflect on that when I actually listen back to the video afterwards. But from my side of things, it didn't feel like it went too bad. In all honesty, kind of what to at least what I had set the expectation for. So I think a big part of remembering the difficult time I had with that song, as I've mentioned on quite a few songs up to this point, is that I find that one of the areas that I guess struggle with or have the hardest time just in terms of movement and that kind of thing is when it's a really heavy, not heavy, but really fast-paced, heavy amount of notes with involving the hi-hat. I find that moving around and incorporating the hi-hat in a pretty busy fashion is kind of awkward, I guess. And so that's probably one area that I definitely want to continue to work on. And I remember going into that song, obviously, and doing it so now, is that there was a lot of that hi-hat action, but in all honesty, it wasn't too bad because it was a pretty straightforward rhythm, steady bass note every 2 bars. So I've definitely tried other songs since the first time I tried this one, where it had that really fast hi-hat rhythm, but it had kind of either offbeat bass rhythms or it would throw in a random tom right in the middle of the sequence, and it would just be kind of a lot more awkward to play. Whereas this one was more of a straight ahead beat. And so I think that based on kind of what I've played since the first time I tried this song, which at this point is probably close to a year ago, I think that the actual technique, or I can't say technique because I really don't have any, but the actual activity of playing a fast hi-hat rhythm is not so much what gives me the trouble. It's probably more so moving around in the midst of the hi-hat rhythm. So if it's a straight ahead hi-hat rhythm with just a snare thrown in and it doesn't really change, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Not perfect, but definitely doable and really fun. You know, it's an iconic song. It's definitely one I wanted to get back around to. It was almost like that end goal type thing, which it isn't. There's plenty of songs that I want to play, probably even more than this one, but I guess just from starting point to now, it was kind of like, okay, well, I need to revisit that because that's what I tried at the beginning, failed miserably, questioned whether I wanted to keep pursuing, and now came back around and it wasn't so bad. So, you know, kind of felt like I had accomplished something. So that's kind of the way that I looked at this, playing it today. So I enjoyed it, especially in that regard, as well as being an iconic song. So I hope you guys enjoyed the experience as well. I hope you enjoyed the song, and if you did, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate any of the support along the way, and I appreciate you putting up with attempts at songs, which I'll normally label as such, knowing, like, I think it's safe to say for any musician or artist or anyone that's trying to be creative or do something that involves a talent or a skill, you're always going to be your own biggest critic. I think that that's kind of a normal trait of somebody that's creative or musical or whatever the case may be. So it goes without saying that I'm my own biggest critic. So there are times where I don't really like how it sounds, but I've still gotten good feedback. So I really appreciate that support. Even if you're just saying it to be nice, it really goes a long way. So I definitely appreciate that. And you know, I'm gonna keep trying, keep playing everything that I can. There's gonna be some good ones along the way. There's gonna be some bad ones along the way. Nobody, I don't think, is gonna be great at everything. You know, even if you are a great musician, there's probably styles that you don't play as well as your preferred style, or songs that you don't play as well as your favorite songs, or whatever the case may be. I think that that's pretty normal. So for myself and my own self-critique, I kind of have to remind myself of that, is that if I went into this thinking like I want to hit this note for note, it's perfect or nothing, I would have quit a long time ago. And I think that it's important to remember that for anybody who, you know, might take influence, and I never thought that I would, but I've actually gotten a couple of comments along the way of people that have legit told me, you know, I watch your videos to, you know, that influence me, or to see how you play it, and, you know, you play a basic drum kit, and I'm impressed that you can play something that even sounds vaguely similar with limited drums and that kind of thing. And, you know, a couple of people have told me it's inspiring, and to me, like, those are the types of comments that just blow my mind, because obviously, if that's true, I'm gonna keep doing what I can to continue that. But that never even crossed my mind when I started doing this. It was just, you know, something fun to do, a way to show to be able to play along to songs that, you know, maybe aren't perfect. It's not going to be like I can just transfer this onto a stage and play a live show or something. Definitely not. But, you know, if you're just sitting at home and you want to be creative, you want to play along to iconic songs or your favorite songs, and you never thought you'd be able to on anything other than, you know, maybe a plastic Rock Band or Guitar Hero instrument, just showing that it is possible. And there's a lot of other people that I've seen online, especially in the Rock Band and Guitar Hero community, that have done similar things, because there was a time when Rock Band supported electronic drum kits, which obviously are real drum kits. So it's not like this is a new thing, but I just kind of wanted to show this from the perspective of somebody who legitimately has never played real drums in their life, taking what they've learned from playing a video game for many years, but just taking that rhythm aspect and you know, being able to move around the drum set and that kind of thing, and trying to figure out what should be played where and that kind of thing. I have no musical training. I've made no secrets about that. I really have very little to no technique. This is literally following notes on a screen, but applying it to a real drum kit, and, you know, hopefully making something that sounds at least similar to the original, and that's really what my goal is. So if that's inspiring to anybody who plans to further pursue it, amazing. That's awesome feedback. If it's inspiring to somebody looking to do the same, you know, just to be able to kind of play music on a real instrument, that's awesome. I truly support that, because that's basically what I'm doing at this point. And if it's just enjoyable to anybody just to hear a song they like, or even, you know, somebody who just feels like dropping a friendly comment, even if it's not their thing. I hope that it's reaching all of you in different ways, and I truly appreciate all the supports, and I look forward to continuing to do what I do, and I hope you enjoyed along the way. So that long rambling being done, I'm going to end the video for today. So I hope you guys are doing great as always, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.